nsem no ase na ye hyasia Chief Justice Emma Wamai Ghana adehye kronkron Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu wode atudwa kire se wode niema ahodo bi ade agu akwan mu a ogidie se ebetumi aboyen ho ban na aboa ama asundwe etumi aye adwuma ewo man Ghana ntitru ene abato ebremu wode nsemi tudwa aman mpanimfo amanyofo akandifo ene wo mu aka ene dayi efinom yenumu ene mu kokohia wa Kempiski we Canada na we Canada na we Canada na we dinchiremu aba wo mu aka sapi achechiremu se wo mu hwe animu se asundwe beba o man Ghana neno ene Chief Justice what is ansemi ede atudwa akire se elections ne de wono nso na famu de eso ye bia no wo be ya aboa ama Ghana ekura franka ma parties ahodo no nyina Ghana aman panimfo abedi akire ene akane panimfo an wo mudi Ghana nim nyina wo nyina ekonsa hyiamu ebi na eno ena NDC amanyuko no franka kutafo John Dramani Mahama wadi tu gya kire se NDC amanyuko no ahwe ehunu niam bi wose ye wo ha yedu abatro bra na yakan ye nyina bom ni akogu dan mu mfam sanshan krata ase wo mu sinsan na wo mu apie wo mu koto aba no a wewe na yaburu nipa bi ni yaye nipa bi wei ni yaye wei ye nka ho hwe na atena hwa na abatro foforo asan aso ni yasen aka wo mu agudan mu ni ye de aba mfam sanshan ase wose ono de won ka se things will be knocking things nemom de obeka ne se sie pese enkonko yese da enumdwa keke ena ye dwa yanumu a ene ye nhwe ne yenye adwuma efise niema pi ena aba atwam ana enye nenso Ghana yentu ho anamo.
The recent past expressed the above reservations, and we look forward to hearing conclusively on the steps taken to address these. In conclusion, let us all pledge to promote peace during these elections. Let us work together to create an environment that is conducive for free, fair, and peaceful elections. We owe it to ourselves, to our children and future generations to preserve the peace and stability that our dear country Ghana has enjoyed for so long. God bless our homeland Ghana. I thank you.
Yeah, and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enso edenensa eto ne kokoso eche se wo hyebo se afia bato no ono se ne famu de bia so ye bia no obeye ma ede asundwa aba nemum wo se abambofo wan ensentwefo 2 ene Ghana fo nyina se obia enkai se Ghana de edura bato sabre ya yan konkonko yenya me enhwe se obi efi baby ene ba beboa yen yenko emma asundwe no yentumi enkoso a enya.
All of us leaders and our followers will live up to the peace pact we are going to sign today. I encourage the security services who are doing an excellent job, and the media and all stakeholders to do all they can to ensure and preserve the peace. I would like to end by emphasizing that the only reason we seek power is to use it to deliver prosperity to the people of this country. I therefore wholeheartedly pledge my commitment to working within the rules and to collaborate with all to ensure a peaceful election. I extend love to all my opponents and invite them to let us collectively show love to the people of God by embracing civil and peaceful approaches during every phase of the electioneering process. Finally, I would like to share this quote from Mahatma Gandhi, and I quote, "The day the power of love overrules the love for power, the world will know peace. I stand for peace and development. Peace is possible. Thank you for your attention. God bless you, and God bless our good.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena wotiene ne no yebesan akọ ne akwakofa Chief Justice ne nsemo a wode etudwa yemame Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu wachese wode key points mako enan bi e de asiwa ogidi se beboa ama se ekoba se pinche bi unity ewo afia bato mu a they will be able to eat it fast obetumi edi ne tentem na etumi ede asundwe aba.
By operation of Chapter 11 of the 1992 Constitution, the Judiciary carries the constitutional obligation to administer the tenets of justice articulated by the good people of Ghana through the sources of law established under Chapter 4 of the 1992 Constitution. In order to effectively discharge this mandate within the context of national elections, the Chief Justices of this country have led the Judiciary to take 4 significant steps since 2008. First, the Judiciary has a standing elections management committee led by Supreme Court justices to prepare a one-stop compendium on the procedural rules that must be followed in the conduct of election-related disputes. Jurisprudence on principles and edicts established in Ghana's unique common laws and all relevant statutes that guide the process of elections. This compendium is referred to as the Elections Manual. Second, the Elections Management Committee and the Judicial Training Institute carry the responsibility of conducting orientation and in-depth training for all magistrates and judges across the country to ensure adequate preparation for adjudication of election-related disputes. Third, through the Rules of Court Committee set up pursuant to Article 157 of the 1992 Constitution, the rules used by all levels of court are regularly reviewed for the incorporation and amendment of provisions that will enhance more efficient resolution of electoral disputes. Fourth, the doors of the Judiciary are thrown open for consultation with all stakeholders in the conduct of peaceful elections, and their views are given critical consideration and factored into the development of each edition of the Elections Manual, the orientation and training of magistrates and judges, and the review of the rules of court. By the grace of God, stakeholders have used judicial systems countrywide to settle electoral disputes.
Otiye Angeltv wono na oye Chief Justice na otene ni na parties ba ye no wo mo de nsem atudwa Dr. Hassan Ayariga shasia en wo se ya ye wa hai ye tu ye ni ye twa ye ni ye hwe de ye course nyina e de na mbetumi ahunu ne ye se ye de asem a o se mo nhwe mo ahunu se ne ye enipa sen na ne ye contest ye mu ba ko awu Mame ekuya donko. Mo yenye din na yemfa nkai no. Na ke se ekwan nu mu ada ho. Eno wa sha ase. Se bombo ebai ewo mo. No wato kotwe no de ko one side be hu na pem we. No wato bi de ko ha kotwe na wansusu ne bombs kra. Yentie de Dr. Hassan Ayariga editu dwane.
Please, 1 minute silence. Thank you.
We are here to talk about peace, and to be very honest, if there's no equity, there's no sincerity, there's no fairness, there can't be peace. There's no justice, there can't be peace. So if we are here to talk about peace and we behave in a certain way, then you can imagine the kind of signal we are sending out there. And that is why I was not happy with the presentation. But then the sincerity of the matter is that I come from Boku. My father is a Kusasi, my mother is a Mampus. For the past 3 years, Boku has been in war. Till date, as I speak to you, the shooting all over. My father and mother fight. And we have ignored that. We are here talking about peace. I wish we had a forum like this to talk about Boku's matter and help resolve the issue of Boku's challenges. I don't know whether I'll be able to vote, because where I come from every day is gunshot. I've not been to Boku for the past 3 months, and I want to go and vote. I want to go and campaign, and I cannot. So it's one of the biggest problems confronting me as a flag bearer, and as a father, and as a member, and as a Ghanaian. It will help us achieve peace before
deɛ no ɔnte ne papa. But wotia social media ene nkomo a ɛkɔ so nyinaa no ɛkyerɛ sɛ Dr. Hassan Yarega ɛka nsɛm paa ɛma ankwankɔyɛ sɛ yɛatwerɛ asɛm bi bɛka ne mmom wedi no wɔka wɔsɛ ne maame ne papa ɛko ne maame efiri one side ɛna ne papa efiri one side bɔko deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ asa abrɛ nipa wua na ewu no ne ho ɛka ho ebi ɛnam saa yɛ senti bɛ abosume kakra ni wontumi kra nko ne kurom campaign a wontumi nkɔnkɔ yɛ wɔ hɔ ɛhɔ nso na ɔkɔ akɔto naba wonim so betumi mpo akɔ akɔto aba na nko ɔhwɛ animu sɛ enhyiamu bi ɛte sɛ ya yɛ kasa fa asomdwe ho no anke betumi atu anammɔn a ɛte saa ɛfa bɔkɔ ensɛm no ho nanso as usual deɛ besia no yɛgyae no wɔ hɔ ɛne abɛtena sɛ yɛsan peace ɛho ensɛm na ɛkɔyɛ nsɛm pii yentie nana ɔhene nto wakasa ma afafranto.
In that connection, Alan wants to state that we are all responsible for our peace, but there are specific individuals and agencies that bear greater responsibility, and we don't have to overlook that. First is the government. Second is the security services. Third, the Electoral Commission. And fourth, the media, of course, all of us. Alan would want us to plead with the state agencies, and I've mentioned some of them, that during the election in particular, and on election day, the IGP and the Security Task Force have outlined the security protocols. But we have seen protocols like this outlined, announced, but government agencies, government representatives on election day will seek to subvert and to undermine those protocols. Peace, of course, is predicated on justice and fairness.
So, how are we going to have a multi-party democracy when you discriminate in the full glare of the public? This is not right, what you did. There will be peace when we all go out and vote for Kofi Apalo and forget about MPP and NDC. Because when you vote for any of them, it will not bring peace. the only person that when you cast your vote on, that will bring peace is Kofi Akpaloo. God bless you all.
Beloved compatriots, excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. My name is Alhaji Mohammed Frimpong, the presidential candidate for National Democratic Party, that's the people's leader. We in Ghana must appreciate our relative peace and security, because out there in the global arena there are a lot of blazing fires, and we are fortunate to have here His Excellency Dr. Ibn Chambers. I think he will agree with me that they now even have a fatigue of dousing those fires, and interventions are also very difficult to come by. What I must say is that we as presidential candidates, as a matter of fact, must go to the people who are the wielders of sovereignty and power of the nation.
Clearly, in 2012, I was part of the people that signed the peace pact. I'm here in 2024, and I just want to reiterate what I said years back. The Ghanaian is peaceful. The Ghanaian youth is peaceful. The Ghanaian woman is peaceful. All of us are a very peaceful nation, and we are very proud of that. What I have seen today, for me, is just to reiterate the fact that the Ghanaian will be peaceful. Multi-party democracy is about election, and by extension, what it means is that there is going to be people wanting to do whatever they have to do to win power. What is necessary is the institutions that have been put in place to ensure that there's fairness and there's justice. That is eroded. No amount of peace pact will make any difference. What happened here today, I'm sorry to say, is not acceptable. Currently, I'm standing here talking on the ticket of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of this country, who has made it possible
for amanyuku ahodo ewa Ghana nyina obia edenensa akwhye enkrata ase se yebo mpaye se asundwe ebeba na wenyina no se call you se ba you ama ekowie sen peace park no wo mu sinsan no
na menim so mo nsan yo
wo mu
se na ebi so mo nsan
wo mu nsan wo mu nsan
mama ya de
wo mu nsan but yebekwa ahoma so na yene Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochire akwa akodi enkomo na yahwe se we no eya na eye krokro de John eye adanko daada adwe ana se we no eye nokwere mesi wo se you kuyapim ni be se eno bi ene koso ana se we ni de eye normal formality wotiemu a wo mo ekasa aye no Kofi Akpaloo se mo antra mame amotoma ndi se MPP de ewa ha nyina enkosi aga omo mbeko ti mo ntro mame we so se ne ete ha ene ye dwa yenum ne ye den mo nkoboko mame ne papa omo ko ho my mother and my father are fighting mo nkonko pata wo mo ne nya na peace ne de papa ho ama so ni no ohunu
papa Jasco
na bi nye papa
Papa Jasco.
Oh, I was for one name no.
Papa Jasco.
But you wa onim na twani.
I catch him we chiro say friend Papa Jasco.
Na dia ba da bi. Papa Jasco. Nye Papa Jasco ni. But you wa onim na twani to comment section me money di ansa. Mon twani to comment section. Mo me kwa ahoma so na ye ne Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochire enkonkwedi enkomo. Doka nwumre wotie nka ye be mo adwo ne am akwa baba Angel FM Angeltv so.
I'm saying that my woman in Nimu Amukra.
To ne pasa in with the Numpo. We cry a security threat because election time, election time, here lines, see, and any emergency be no will be a trash also now. Oh, free name, quiet a hard drink. But me and share. Peace pack ye sign bribia so nkofo da anye bia eso won fa so significance in the same
no me da say so won fa so and say a chance today e de ma empenifo a omo petumi efi ho say one they are committed to peace. Two a chance today e de ma what was what Omudin Penifone say? In Penifone, do Omachino, Omoya committed to peace. Intino, and also a year a kind of a pattern or a steady pattern for those who are being led to know, say, in Penifone, I already said they are committed. So, very, very symbolic and significant. Atoja ma for the woman at the assassin. Now, the point is that no Median Cadia minimum say democracy in Quack margarine, young kind mabba, they declare the winning and winning this year. That is it. Now, I understand your question. It is because democracy now, this part of the world, the announcement. It comes with both economic, financial, motivations and implications. Economic, financial implications. And don't you know, in Crawford and taking it is just a matter of say, one more to me, no matter time be so by any emphasis. And as some of the crime be a woman bushing for and on the banner. One more and the committee on resources today. And they will not take it lightly. Say a bad working Dabi. And Untina say, and Pepia no more mukute to me no. The alpha crime be so entemu one, that is those who are in government. The alpha crime be so entemu one. What do? We end up say Omobenya Kunya, it is 2 million mukutande wuna. Citizens. Any idea? So it is a symbolic gesture. Say best any pizza.
Like I say, a symbolic. But me share some key highlights. Be one. Omampani that John Dramani Mahama say there are never be a CC pain. Almost in sign park be elections. See, Osha. This is the 4th time. One more co-elections. Ya almost sign na yaburu nipa na nipa ewu. And these issues, and ya ye kun baby ye kokosi. Na say twaso sa na akwa say agrobi ena yedi and he believes say there should be peace. Dr. Hassan Yariga say ne maame ne papa ekon boko se jadem wo ho a say no wo hwese nkanhia mu bi atisi beba fi say peace ene ye san ho nkrata de a eno nso ye peace no ebia. Uye na to nchen a Kofi Akpalo nso say motoma NDC motoma MPP peace ye san wo hey emfaso obi ani so enti montoma me se mo pep asundwe paade a munyi sa party simienu entontwene na monto aba no emfama me. Any take home from these key points here mama?
Well, I'm saying as na yaga dia no work no dia asumbo what that means is that
FM.
It is not just merely about elections in PSN peace. Nemu nkebeyen so a asumdua omo peno e obokuno musan kaya no e wo say itimi edi wuduma mano so eboa ni padom ni nyina. As for Kofi Apollonia Samende, I think it is just a matter of comic relief. I would say so. Akonya na aba na wenya no so wo contest ya if our contest ya wenya akonya no so o ka bi say I think that is just a comic relief. But substantially, the significant issue I was here come once and I say democracy here practically. Democracy and any be at one time at 2 warm. So I expected, say, democracy, the tenets of democracy will have to take care of these people. That is the essence and the beauty of democracy. Optimal use of resources to benefit all and sundry, not selected few. That is the essence of democracy. Is that the case? No. I have also West Wagon. What did the president do? He issued a white paper on that. I think that in itself is a blight on his record. Secondly, I had 30 months out as some way. I said NCA, and those 8 people, their lives have been lost. On Angeltv, I said there is nothing like NBC human being and MPP human being, or an NBC Ghanaian and MPC Ghanaian. They are all Ghanaian. A 2 and you be a free a 2 kumipa Ghana phone Yakumo. But it's a winner to me. I just a investigation. So that is the reason why sometimes I get a bit upset when the president stands on a moral high ground, preaching and pontificating. It is very annoying because I don't think it's that. In 1996, some of us went on Kumiprako demonstration on behalf of that, on behalf of the group in that demonstration. My father was then the district commander. I wouldn't say, may a branch system and make that a former me hear the day on a runabout in Saturday. Kumiprako demonstration hip hop hobby. It was at that time, and then Kashi went to me. It would have been something, an exercise in futility. So the point is that democracy, Amaya Quenya said, the Bonibisia, I was here, you should start anyway. But you see, what is the essence of the Peace Council? If they cannot in any way say, Penny, at least set up an investigating committee to investigate this so that will bring perpetrators to book. What is so difficult about this for the Peace Council to call? But you see, at the end of the day, the women say, then it means that if they decide not to sign up, and like what the chairman of the Catholic Bishop Conference is, they shouldn't, Ghanaians shouldn't vote for all those who are not committed to peace. But at least, commitment to peace is good in and by itself. But it must be backed by measures to ensure that the peace prevails. I think it's it is a matter of blackmailing. Because if Mr. Mahama, who was committed to sign, the followers are and at when some 2 or more, and count Mr. Mahama. And it is a big saying that I started with Spain, giving some provisions and any idea. You guys should be ready to call on the president to do what is rightful. Because, Kofi, let me tell you, don't forget that when President Kufuor took over, in those days, we saw Rawlings. Yeah. What happened? Was Rawlings not called before a reconciliation commission?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. We all saw it in this country. So, crime has no time limit. So the president should get to know, say, even if the NDC does not win this election, and the MPP wins, maybe a time will come, he will still be alive. And probably the NDC will win. And if the NDC wins, definitely they will set up a commission of inquiry to investigate. And it could lead as far as him, the president. It could even lead as far as the current vice president. As to where the order came from. But you had an opportunity through the democracy, through the principle of democracy, through the functions of democracy, the features of democracy, to investigate this. Give them compensation as it should be. Obia no waye nyankopon no say what try kwakoto abai we betimi esi na we timi. Once it happens, we should use the same democratic processes to create an atmosphere so that these people, the victims, because of it, I can tell you, say, Ketiman South will be a flashpoint. It could be
this election, see?
Yes. And I know, sir, the security will be up and doing because they will have to be very careful over there. The ticket will be a Jabata Sacro. The ticket will be a Jabata Sacro because who names me and Kofa prepare almost PSA? Who names Unnim the uncomfortable so we all have to be very careful about this. That's the more reason why it is good to say President Mahama is still committed because he's still looking at the bigger picture. Say, look, you have elections to win. If you don't have power, you are still empty. You will not be able to give any adequate compensation and find a democratic solution to all of these problems unless you win power. So definitely, you will have to be committed to it. Other than that, it is just a symbolic gesture. But it is in itself, it is good. But if our system were to be functioning properly, and it does not need any human intervention interference, why should we go and sign a peace pact? If you know more person would say, sign a peace pact, then you have a peace pact. You think, say, you will sit idle, go and look for the peace council to come and solve that problem. They won't do it. They won't do it. The IGP himself, the way a man, we don't need the soldiers anywhere.
Angel FM.
Anyone who comes out and says he's a soldier, he is a cook and must be arrested and duly punished through the processes of democracy and the rule of law.
Yada say, Doctor, and you may, and Chimua, or the Amai, Yada CP. Yo, Dr. Jonathan Asantioche, Ena Yeneno, Kokodi, and Komono. Wamae angles Nina, say, a see, I feel we no, Rade MY, because say a drew point to be. Na eku because say the hunu say court to say na konti anyi enti e be win there say win wo grounds so and no who said the ma e de din ne kom ye ba na ye say wonim say obi o de jai we de be kwakoma but say adwene CP say e ko ho kra no a
yenya obaba ko vi see first time yenya election petition no yeti ase say pink sheet ni achocho ni nyina no ye wini ewo polling station then eba the second election petition no ye ka kire ye say enye electoral commission and also ye mfomso a ye de court anase nti electoral commission enteki much blame no ewo ho now any as say mi fi mani mienu no na me mama sonso eye adwuma yie pa san say court asem bi ani bebia say me hwe say e form wo bebia e kwakoto aba no meken kan ma aba ni yie edi nkunim ho san say court dan si bebia ye kɔ ho enti afie de ebe batinyame ho asumdwe na so
na sign na say why pen na ma no or sisani okay obi had ne pen ba ya na
em say pen ba ku because court of appeal judge no
Dr. Baomi had pen no dey ko no he
a pen no crime sa kwa na je
there be no say on or dey ko and
say obi had ne pen ba
is that peace
ananka enfa
I say in peace there
and no meje me pen yo sign foforo mi kura pen wa meje pen
because o come back wa he on say
obi kura pen
oh yes ro ya you see that
na one pen and go farmer one and
farmer fa ba ku nsi wo na mo fa ahoma enso obi aduru no watwe
there be
how say pen da ho but
them say hey bra no e bia odu o wa hu pen no
there be okay we mama we had here
shewe owi o de to okay me JDM pen ne kura no say JDM zu kura white one eno
I had it o sign we ye no yeah man another one
yes
but you had the one you on Facebook and TV yeah man commentary also akona mra no on sign no mo si o eno ano no
dey be ono so dey pen by
am here so ono so dey pen by ya o se pen ni enti mo ye ndeng pen he o se pen no dey ma
pen ye nche na ayaya o dia okay ti ono so dey pen no sign and then say Dr. Mahmoud Baomi ankwa na dey ne pen be sign cause ne dey na black
yeah ne dey ne okay
we dey digital pen we na ya dey sign here you know
hey
pen here digital ona confirm ma o message say nko de betwero bi digital pen so when you hu na di ko no sisi awa ko
baby o say IG ka say nkwankwansa for betu omo kan nti ama say nkwankwansa when you find election I know ebi man ni say why dey medicated fine ba me ade no
medicated ade ba me are eh mami ko yeguso wo peace pact na enempenifoe makomaku edumienu ni nyina edom nsa akɔhye krata asese ye nyina ye bosomdwe hu darum na titinani edema National Peace Council eye Dr. Ernest Edu Jamfi wono enadwumadie nase wode atodwa se wosere pa enye se ye de yensa akɔhye apam nase no na akɔgyina simpie ni apaso akacham se menkwa na mekɔsan ne ye enti mu de edane so ne eto aba ne wi otese ye bobɔ na atese ye di ntwopa montinsim anase motese ye di nkunima ene agyanan bia na ewodan na chi wona na ye ya anomfo de ano na wakɔ boro nkrofo no wagye ɔse da bida yenhwe sasumdua pam no eye Ghana fo nyina ene ye de pen ne hye yensa ye de yensa akɔhye ase.
Seeking the highest office of the President of the Republic demonstrates a clear message about their commitment to the peace and stability of this country. I have always argued that Ghana is blessed to have leaders who will always choose the nation above their personal and party interests when it matters the most. Today's ceremony is a testament to the commitment of the presidential candidates to peaceful elections and a peaceful country. It is a commitment to the fact that when we are not satisfied with the outcome of any election results, we will not motivate our supporters to resort to violence, but will use the appropriate means to resolve our concerns. Resorting to violence is inimical and must be avoided at all costs. It is my hope that signing this pact will not be just another public show, but that all our aspiring presidential candidates will play their roles effectively, particularly after the declaration of the election outcomes on December 7, 2024. We would like to appeal to the political parties and the presidential candidates vying for the high office to refrain from doing anything that will prompt their followers into violence. Hate speech and other rancorous utterances must be checked and avoided at all costs to ensure
Edema National Peace Council. Nanu si yape na titirani Edema Electoral Commission. Mami Jane adukwe mensa. Enso di nanu tumbi no se wono. Ene wo peja ne nsa ahye Ghana fo nyina abose. Wo behwe pa se periperi ye asumdwe ene enkontabuo papa ene bekoso ebra ye babeto aba December bosome ne da etoso enson.
Building block in our nation's development. The very act of signing the Peace Pact is symbolic in that it signals to all citizens and supporters of our presidential candidates that they are indeed committed to ensuring that Ghana remains intact before, during, and after the election. It also symbolizes that our presidential candidates have put Ghana first before their own interests and aspirations. Electoral outcomes will depend on our actions. We have right from the start of our electoral processes consciously operated and carried out our activities and conducted ourselves in a manner that would ensure peace before, during, and after the election.
The Electoral Commission Jane adukwe mensa na ono sorry swape ena titinani the National Election Security Task Force IGP Dr. George Akufu Dampare wano so ese wano de ane mrantie enne mabawan oma ye wurede wa di besinu wo mu betwa ne simple crowd amount na wo twa sa awie nso a na wa wall so e de akoma Chief Justice na mra no ene wa ko ache.
The cooking is complete, and when we are eating it, we will eat comfortably to the glory of God and also for the benefit of the generation that will come after us. So let us finish hard by doubling our efforts, and let us continue to walk the talk so that at the end of the day, our actions will speak louder than our words. Also, we want to, on behalf of my colleagues at the National Election Security Task Force, to give you this pledge. We are committed to ensure that we take our constitutional mandate of ensuring that there is peace, security, law, and order for the rest of the period of the election, the post-election period, and beyond. So that our beloved country, which is the only one that we can come in and out without a visa, will continue to be at peace with itself, because there is no place like home. And with this commitment, we want to let you know that we will not be, and I want to emphasize, we will not be the source or allow ourselves to be the source of any disturbances that will corrupt the peace that we cherish so much.
Election Security Task Force IGP Dr. George Akufu Dampare Nenka and I would say